So this is the biggest door that we've ever put in a tiny house. I don't even like calling it a tiny house because it's like a hotel lobby. It's got an office. It's got 4 bathrooms on the back. This is the big grand entrance. What'll happen is you'll walk in, you'll have a check-in counter right over here for the hotel property where these tiny houses are gonna be on this really nice piece of property on the Wisconsin River. And this is the first unit to go to the property because there's no bathrooms, there's no anything. So this is what the company Dell's Resorts, who builds some of the coolest stuff. They built the first all-natural water park in the Midwest. It's over 250,000 gallons of fresh water that's naturally purified through this system that they engineered with live fish and all this stuff, and tree houses, and a couple of our tiny houses are there too. It's got a waterfall. These guys are professionals at creating some of the most cool accommodation places on the face of the planet. It's gonna be an awesome property because just the way that they think and the way that they design things, I'm so excited to be a part of working with them. So when you come into this front door entry, you'll have a gift shop and bait shop for getting all your fishing needs and drinks and pretty much everything that you would need while you camp on their property or while you stay in one of their tiny houses on this 100-acre untouched soil. And this is the first unit to go there. So we're putting this door in. It's supposed to go on like a commercial building. It's a storefront door, but we wanted to give that professional entrance. We didn't want to put like a normal residential house door on here because it's going to be used so much that it was really important that we went all out on the door and really had this nice front. We're going to get to work and start putting this door together. So I want to take a couple of minutes and go through how to install this commercial storefront door system. We decided to go with this style door because it's basically a commercial building. You're going to have people who are visiting the property to stay overnight and stuff like that. They're going to be checking in and out of here. The hotel staff will be using this facility to operate on the property. So we wanted to go with a storefront door on this unit, and it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. So I just want to go through all the different steps of how you take it from the ground to looking like this, and then obviously with it finished. The biggest thing is making sure that the opening is as close to perfect as possible. And right now we're trying to get everything racked appropriate. The door comes in basically 3 sections. 2 sections are assembled, and the center section you have to put the whole thing together. So these glass panel frames come 100% complete, and there's 2 of those, 1 on each side, and then these side rails and the bottom threshold and the top header piece, all 4 of these come separate, and then we have to put that together. So there's some brackets here that you have to screw together on the bottom and on the top, and then you mend everything together. You make one big square, and then how these connect to each other is pretty interesting. They actually click together. So you start at the bottom, get it in place, and then you start pushing it together as you go up. And if you can see at the top, we haven't pushed it entirely together because we don't want to do that until we're 100% sure that it's ready to go in, because trying to move this big 16-foot section will be all twisty, and so we want to make sure that we're 100% accurate on that. But then once we are, then we'll click that all together. We'll secure our sides. We'll secure our top and bottom, make sure everything's still plumb and square. And then the doors actually go in pretty simple. There's a pin on the bottom, and then there's a drop pin on the top. So when we put the door on, we're going to click it into the bottom. That's gonna hold our door in place. And then we drop the pin in from the top. This side will be operable. And then when you wanna move like big things in, or maybe it's a hot summer day, they'll be able to pop the latches on this other door, and then both doors will be able to open and close. We'll have automatic closers on these like you would have on any other commercial door. And the reason that they're gonna open out, one, there's not a lot of space for the door to swing open to the inside, but also in any commercial building, you wanna make sure that the doors swing out so that in the event of a fire or something, you can get the hell out of the building. We're gonna keep going at this, but yeah, that's how you install a commercial storefront door.